everyone. Wishing you all good health and peace in life. After days of working tirelessly to build a better life for Huyen and Maya, Dee's body could no longer endure the silent pain he had been carrying. One evening, his strength gave way, and he collapsed. His leg, injured and aching, finally betrayed the truth he had tried so hard to hide. But why did Dee conceal his suffering from Huyen? Perhaps it was pride. Perhaps it was fear of becoming a burden. Or maybe it was his endless love, a wish to protect her from more worry when she had already endured so much. Yet, in the quiet of that moment, when his body gave out, the secret he had kept so carefully threatened to break not only his health but also Huyen's heart. Sometimes love makes us strong, but it can also make us stubborn in our sacrifices. And now, as Huyen discovers the truth, their bond will be tested in ways neither of them expected. The morning sun stretched across the village fields, golden and gentle. Huyen was busy in the garden, watering the young vegetable sprouts while Maya chased Baby along the path. From the outside, everything seemed peaceful. Yet in Dee's heart, a storm was quietly raging. For days, a sharp pain had spread through his leg, the same leg bruised when the old house collapsed. He told himself it was nothing, just a small injury that would heal with time. He smiled in front of Huyen, carried heavy beams, dug the earth, even built fences as if nothing was wrong. But when the night grew quiet and no one could see, he would press his hand against his swollen leg, fighting back the pain in silence. Why did he hide it? Perhaps because he did not want to burden her. Huyen had already endured too much in life. The loss, the loneliness, the heavy days of struggle. Dee could not bear to see her worry again. To him, protecting her smile was worth more than his own comfort. But the body does not lie. On the fourth day, while carrying bamboo to the garden, his strength gave out. His vision blurred. The earth tilted, and with a heavy thud, he collapsed onto the ground. Maya's laughter turned into a cry. "Mom!" Uncle Dee fell. Huyen dropped her watering can and rushed to him, her hands trembling as she lifted his head. "Dee, what's wrong? Talk to me." Her voice broke with fear, her heart racing like it did on the day the old house collapsed. Dee forced a smile, sweat pouring down his face. "It's nothing, Huyen. Just a little tired." But she saw the truth, the swelling in his leg, the way he clenched his jaw to hide the pain. Tears burned her eyes. "Why didn't you tell me? Why did you endure this alone?" His answer was soft, almost a whisper. "Because I didn't want you to worry. You've suffered enough already. I wanted to be strong for you and Maya." Huyen's tears fell onto his dusty shirt. "Dee, don't you understand? Being strong doesn't mean hiding your pain. It means letting me share it with you. We are a family. If you fall, I fall too." In that moment, silence wrapped around them. Dee looked into her eyes and finally saw the truth. Love was not about pretending to be unbreakable. It was about leaning on each other when the world grew heavy. That evening, as she carefully wrapped his leg with warm herbal leaves, Huyen whispered, "From now on, promise me you won't hide from me again. We'll face everything together, the pain, the hardship, and also the joy." Dee closed his eyes, a single tear slipping free, and nodded. "I promise, Huyen." As long as I have you and Maya, I'll never fight alone again. And under the dim light of their humble home, love once again turned despair into strength, reminding them both that true family means carrying not only the burdens of life, but also the fragile hearts of those we love. Dee tried to push through the pain, forcing himself to smile whenever Huyen or Maya looked at him. But each night, when the oil lamp burned low and the room grew quiet, he would press his hand against his leg, wincing silently as waves of pain shook through him. He didn't want Huyen to know. He didn't want her to worry more than she already did. Huyen had noticed, of course. She always noticed. She saw the way Dee walked slower, how he leaned on the doorframe after carrying buckets of water, how his breath grew shallow when he thought no one was watching. But every time she asked, he brushed it off with a laugh. Just tired. Huyen, don't worry. One afternoon, as Dee was chopping firewood, his strength gave out. He collapsed onto the ground, his axe slipping from his hand. The thud startled Huyen, who was hanging clothes nearby. She rushed over, her heart pounding as she knelt beside him. Dee, why didn't you tell me? Her voice trembled, tears brimming in her eyes. She tried to lift him, but he shook his head, forcing a weak smile. I didn't want to burden you, he whispered. You've carried enough already. I thought I could endure it. Huyen's tears spilled over. Burden? You are not a burden. Dee, you are my strength. Don't you understand? Every time you hide your pain, you take away my chance to share it with you. Her words struck him deeper than the pain in his leg. For a long moment, he stayed silent, ashamed of his stubbornness. Finally, he reached for her hand, gripping it with what little strength he had left. I wanted to protect you, he confessed. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe protecting you also means letting you in. Huyen pressed his hand against her heart, her tears falling freely now. Dee, we face everything together. Promise me you won't hide from me again. In that quiet moment, beneath the shade of their broken old house, Dee felt something stronger than pain. Huyen's love, steady and fierce, shining through his despair. And for the first time, he allowed himself to lean fully on her, knowing she would never let him fall. Maya had been playing with Baby near the garden when she saw her mother holding Dee's hand, tears shining in her eyes. Something inside her small heart tightened. She dropped the little flower crown she had been weaving and ran over, her tiny feet pattering against the dirt. Mama, Uncle Dee, what happened? She asked, her voice full of worry. Huyen quickly wiped her tears, forcing a soft smile for her daughter. But Maya was too clever, too tender. She could see through it. She knelt down beside Dee, her little hands brushing his arm. Does your leg hurt, Uncle Dee? She whispered. Her eyes were wide and shining, almost breaking Dee's heart. Dee tried to smile, though the pain throbbed fiercely. It's nothing, Maya. Just a small hurt. Don't worry. But Maya shook her head, her lips trembling. Don't hide it. Mama always says love means sharing, even the sad things. Her words silenced both Dee and Huyen. Out of the mouths of children came the purest truths. Dee's throat tightened, and he felt his eyes sting. Maya stood up quickly, determined. I'll help. I'll make medicine from the leaves Granny Land showed me. And I'll sing for you too, so you don't feel pain. She darted away with Bibi trotting behind, her little figure glowing with innocence and determination. Huyen and Dee exchanged a look, hers filled with tears, his with gratitude. For all their struggles, for all the pain, they had something more precious than comfort. The love of a child who believed in healing hearts, with her own small hands. A short while later, Maya returned with a handful of leaves, her cheeks flushed. She knelt beside Dee and pressed them clumsily against his leg, humming the little lullaby Huyen always sang to her at night. The tune was sweet, shaky, but filled with love. Dee closed his eyes. The pain was still there, but somehow lighter, because in that moment, surrounded by Huyen's tears and Maya's song, he realized he was not fighting alone anymore. The next morning, the news of Dee's collapse spread quietly through the village. By midday, Lan and old Tam arrived at the little house, carrying a bundle of herbs and a jar of ointment. Their faces showed worry, but also the calm strength of people who had weathered hardship all their lives. Lan knelt beside Dee without a word, gently examining his leg. "Stubborn man," she finally muttered, shaking her head. "Why do men always think hiding pain makes them stronger? Pain shared is pain healed." Tam chuckled softly, setting down the jar. "We'll fix him up. Don't worry, Huyen." His voice was steady, like an anchor in the storm. Huyen bowed her head, her hands trembling. "Thank you. I didn't know what to do. I was so afraid." Len reached over and squeezed her shoulder. "You're not alone here, child. None of you are." They worked carefully, Lan grinding herbs, Tam applying the ointment. Maya hovered close by, handing them cloths, and whispering to Bibi to stay quiet. Her serious little face made everyone smile, even Dee, though the pain pressed hard against him. When the treatment was finished, Lan sat back and sighed. "He'll need rest, good food, and no more secrets. Do you hear me, Dee?" Dee gave a faint nod, guilt washing over him. "I hear you. I won't hide again." His eyes shifted to Huyen and then to Maya, who was clutching his hand tightly. "From any of you." That night, as the oil lamp flickered warmly in the corner, the house felt less like a place of struggle and more like a haven. Huyen prepared a simple meal. Tam told stories that made Maya giggle, and Lan's laughter filled the air like music. For the first time in days, Dee leaned back against the mat, his heart lighter. The pain in his leg had not vanished, but it was no longer his alone. Surrounded by love, by friendship, by a community that refused to let him fall into silence, he felt something he hadn't felt in years: peace. And as Huyen's gentle hand brushed his shoulder, and Maya's little head rested on his chest, Dee silently vowed that no matter how heavy the pain, he would never again face it in hiding.